Honestly, I wasn't expecting you to accept my invitation, but I'm glad you came. Welcome to my castle. I assume the butler showed you in. His name is Winston. Feel free to call on him whenever you like. But don't worry, we have the utmost privacy in here if you shall wish. Now, may I take your coat? Offer you a drink? I was a little bit skeptical at first. It's been quite some time since I've had a pretty young thing like you step foot in my estate. My, your skin is quite wonderful. Here, I'll hang your coat up. Please, take a seat. The weather has gotten more atrocious by the hour. If it keeps up like this, I'm afraid you won't be able to make it back to the village tonight. But alas, I have many of guest rooms around, so feel free to take a pick. You're more than welcome to stay the night. Of course, I'd offer for you to stay in my bedroom, but this is our first date. Forgive me, it's been quite some time since I've been like this, in a room with someone as exquisite as you. You are truly divine, might I say. Shall we feast? I can imagine you're quite hungry. No. Well then perhaps just a drink. There is plenty of time for eating later, I suppose. And what will you be having? My caliber, perhaps. I'll have some Sauvignon. And you? Right this way. This is my library. It's quite big. These books have belonged to generations of my family. The long window over there in the center, that's my favorite. At the bottom of the window is a grand piano. And when the weather is snowy and cold like this, the sky is normally clear, and you can see the stars as you play. It's quite magnificent, really. Perhaps my age is showing. Here's that drink. So, enough about me. I want to know all about you. I saw you in the village. I was simply minding my business, running a few errands. And there you were, working in the bookstore. So innocent, but so spirited. You are quite a mystery, miss. Madam, you are quite the sight of beauty, too. I like the way your cheeks flush that warm color of red. It does indeed make my blood boil. In all the right ways, of course. Perhaps that was inappropriate. I'm sorry. Would you like to take a seat? And you can tell me all about you, how you ended up in this town and working in that little bookstore, and what on earth made you say yes to going on a date with a tall, dead woman like me. I'm not actually dead, of course. People say that I'm soulless, that I live in a dark, creepy castle at the top of a mountain. No one rarely ever comes up here. It's just me, Winston, and a few other people I employ. I quite like the solitude. Although I do show my face in the village every now and then. But I'm like an old wives' tale. People tend to steer clear of me. They think I'm some kind of monster. Perhaps they're right. Do I seem like a monster to you? No. Good. I assure you, my intentions tonight are for you to have a nice time, not anything else. So, tell me about you. I promise I won't stare at you too uncomfortably as you talk. It's just the way you look is so riveting. So you like literature. Makes sense why you work in a bookstore. Well, I hope you like my library. Feel free to have a look around. I'll be right here sipping my drink and watching you in all of your divine glory. Go on, I insist. My lady, you must enjoy yourself when you're here in my company. What good of a date would I be if I did not entertain my guest? I'll be here, watching. What's that? You found a book you like? Christ, that is dusty indeed. Make sure to give it a good blow, would you? Ah, Shakespeare, of course. Yes, I am aware that this book could be quite expensive, but like I said, these books have belonged in my family for generations. They have all sorts of articulate literature. Oh, no, please, keep it. Consider it a parting gift of our first date. I'm quite enjoying my company. Are you? Good. I'm very glad to hear that. What's that? You found a section about creatures. Well, of course. Everyone knows about werewolves and vampires and ogres. These are just tales that people tend to write about, the grim stories. Do you have any questions? I happen to specialize in creatures of the dark. Do I think any exist? Well, what do you think? Someone as bright and inquisitive as you must have a few answers. You think they're just scary stories? Well, what if I told you that you were wrong? Perhaps I am trying to scare you. Scare you to your core so that you get frightened and jump in my arms. I'll keep you safe, darling. I assure you of that. But no, follow me. So here is a section of creatures of the night. And here you'll find my favorite collection of vampires. Vampires are notorious for feeding on the human flesh and drinking blood, being scared of garlic and sleeping in coffins. Now it is quite whimsical, wouldn't you agree? I would too. The thing about vampires, the one thing I learned, if they do exist, which they don't, of course, is that they like solitude. They can live forever and feed on humans, but they don't have to kill them. Just drinking enough so that they can get by. Some have recorded that this is even quite a euphoric experience. Being fed on. Two sharp fangs digging into that sweet spot of your neck. Sucking the fresh, warm blood straight from the vein. I didn't mean to scare you. Or maybe I did. Read them all you like if you wish. Any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer. Flick through the pages. You might like what you find. Go ahead. It says that vampires live in castles. I'm starting to sound more like a vampire by the minute. Keep going. Yes, vampires often lure their prey into their home. What else? They're tall, and their skin is cold to touch, and their fingernails can extend into little sharp daggers. Well, look at my fingers and touch my skin. You're right. I am quite cold to touch, aren't I? You see, my love, the reason I brought you here is 'cause you have captivated me like no one has in quite some time. Quite a long time, in fact. And when I laid eyes on you, I simply knew I must have you. Here, to myself, to have a chance of getting to know you, to see your eyes glisten in this natural moonlight, and to see your blood pulsing around that body. You are quite a beauty. I have no shame in admitting that. But when I step towards you and I place a finger under your chin and tilt your head up to look me in the eyes, tell me, what do you see? Do you see a monster? A creature of the night that is ready to devour her prey? Or do you just see someone a little eccentric, trying to win over your charm? Oh my, now that is quite the look of fear in your eye. Are the dots finally connecting, darling? Are you finally seeing what actually stands before you, my love? My name is Clarissa, and I am the vampire of this town. Oh, there is no need to squirm like that. You're not a prisoner here. You're free to leave anytime you want, on the condition that you let me taste you. No. Well, then it looks like you're staying with me then, doesn't it? The thing about me is I don't bite people unless they have this look in their eye. And what look might that be? A look of want, a look of need. Your mouth can scream out no, but your body screams out yes. And when you're at that point, my little flower, I will indulge in the taste of you until I'm satisfied. Let me tuck your hair behind your ear and cup that warm, cute face of yours. Just the sight of you alone is getting me awfully excited, especially when you look this scared. Hmm. Would it be too much to ask for a kiss? Or are you still looking at me with those fear-stricken eyes? Do you want to run, little flower? You can try if you'd like, and I can demonstrate to you just how utterly powerless you are in this situation, and how all the control belongs to me. Now go on, little flower. I will make you blossom.